Hello happy souls, this is Kawasaki KB100 RTC rebuilt, and these are all the segments which I classified for this restoration project. And now we are in chapter 6, removing the body parts. In that we are in part 2, removing the battery bracket, air filter element and the RPM cable. And let's begin with the battery bracket first. And this is a bracket which holds a battery, and this is mounted at two places, one at the top left and another one at the bottom to the chassis. And therewith it is connected to the secondary bracket that which holds the air filter element and the chassis. And this battery space is a big space, because in those days bikes without self start came with 2.5 amps battery, but this can hold up to 5 amps battery. And this is a bracket element which holds the air filter element, and at the back the weld was like little loose and it came up, so we snapped with a spanner, 10mm spanner at the other end, and finally we broke down the nuts and bolts assembly. And after that we can start loosening the air filter element. And this has two screws, one at the top and one at the bottom. And after removing the screws, you have to open the lid. If the lid is too tight, tap it with the screwdriver at the corners, or use a plier or a screwdriver and open the lid. And inside it is the air filter element, which looks similar to the old Ambassador cars or like Maruti 800 car. And this has a butterfly nut inside it. If it is too tight, use a WD-40 and loosen with the plier for easy removal. And this is how it looks. And behind it, it has a tube-like structure that is a pathway for the RPM meter cable. That is a thing which you are going to remove next. And I'm putting back everything in its place so as not to miss anything, and then moving to the RPM meter cable. And this RPM meter cable is a manual cable which is connected to the gearbox unit, I think, or I have to see, I don't know how it is connected. And after removing the engine, I can see. And after putting everything back in its position, moving on to the the RPM meter cable. Here it travels inside the air filter element and comes here to the engine unit. And for this you need a screwdriver. You have to completely remove, so like we did in the kicker assembly and the gear shifter assembly, so that we can easily remove. And after that we started removing the air filter element, because the hose clip was too tight and we couldn't remove it. So I dragged the air filter hose and then removed the air filter box. And finally this was too simple. We just removed the rubber unit. See you in next video. Bye.